I gotta get a better recording camera. Hey everybody, Horror Hollywood, and I'm gonna kind of give you my 2 cents on Pokemon Shield. Now this game, and I'm gonna be fully honest with you, it was for me, it was far too easy. There wasn't really any challenge in it except for the champion towards the end, but beyond that, everything was easy. You know, I don't go into detail about like the characters, the Pokemon's personalities or anything like that, or certain things that a lot of guys who are really into Pokemon do. I basically just have like one type for each of my 6 Pokemon I can have, so I can try to have one for every situation. But even then, it was just too easy. I didn't really have any challenge except for when you fight the champion, and that was really it. I go from one-shotting damn near every Pokemon to all of my Pokemon getting one-shotted. It was very annoying. The Gigantamax and Dynamax thing I think is pretty cool. Being able to see like very weak Pokemon that you generally would like be able to flick but seeing them just increase in size and power and being able to dish out these powerful attacks and all that, it is pretty cool. I do enjoy that. I kind of wish you could Gigantamax your Pokemon without having to have a DLC for it, because I feel like if everybody can do it, like the gym leaders can do it, I think you should be able to do that too. The team, there's absence of a Team Rocket sort of deal in this game. In a lot of the Pokemon games, you have like a Team Rocket, a Team Magma, or something like that. Somebody who causes you trouble, and it's kind of a side plot. Between you getting Pokemon, training to beat the Elite Four, and then maybe the champion. You also have to take down this criminal empire sort of deal. In this one, that was absent. There's Team Yell, but they're not really a threat. They're not even really bad people. They're just trying to root for a girl from their hometown that they want to win to become the champion, which is admirable. But in this one, it just lacks challenge to me personally. In the newer games, you can see what Pokemon you might fight, since you can see them patrolling around areas, which I enjoy that aspect. I always hated having to go through fields just to try and find one Pokemon that I wanted. But that also leaves the problem that you can just find the strongest Pokemon. And I don't even choose the strongest Pokemon. I've had a few that were, kind of weak. I had a Colossal who was very slow, but he dished out quite a bit of damage. But there was really no difficulty in the game except for right there towards at the end. The legendary Pokemon, Zamazenta, Eternatus, and I forget what the other one was called. They weren't entirely that interesting. I mean, you get to see one of them at the very beginning of the game, and then you start to learn a little bit more about the story behind the Darkest Day and all that stuff, but it really doesn't. It's not interesting to me personally, because it's just very boring. Like in a lot of games, you don't even learn anything about the legendary Pokemon. But in this one, the game is kind of all about that. And it's the end where you fight Eternatus with the 2 legendary dogs, it was too easy. I could have done that by myself with no help at all, because Eternatus was just such a pushover. A lot of times when you're fighting a legendary Pokemon, they're very strong, but in this one, they just worked. And I also find it weird Eternatus can't Dynamax. That's his whole deal, but I've never been able to Dynamax him. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or something like that, but I just couldn't ever Dynamax him. The game is just very easy. It's there's a crap ton of Pokemon in it, and you can choose whichever ones you want. They brought back a lot of older Pokemon too. I was able to get Pikachu because of I played Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and beyond that, it's just I really don't really have that much to say about this game. It's just it's good, but I blasted through all the gyms way too quickly. They're all too easy. Even the dragon type, what was his name, Rykon or something like that. Even he was easy, and a lot of his Pokemon didn't even look like dragons. Your champion literally has it's not called a dragon type, but he looks exactly like what a dragon would be. But anyways, but it was, and the starter Pokemon, I gotta say, I do like Grookey. I do like Scorbunny, but Dribble, uh, his first two God dang, why can I not say that word? Evolutionary forms were pretty good. I liked them, but Inteleon, I was disappointed. I was full on disappointed. He was strong, but he just looked stupid. I generally, when I have a starter Pokemon, I always keep that starter Pokemon in my thing, in my team. Uh, and I generally go for the fire type or the water type. I don't really do grass type, but I should have done grass type because Grookey looked awesome, fully evolved. But Inteleon was it was a disappointing guy. The rivalry between you and Hop, I felt bad for him half the time because I just destroyed him every single time. He was really no threat except towards the end of the game. But beyond that, it's just, it wasn't. There's no challenge. I do enjoy being able to go camping and all that, and play with the Pokemon and feed them and all that. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. I love seeing these giant Pokemon, the Colossal or whatnot, just like smack one of those little things you have for cash with a feather on the end of the stick. I thought that was funny as hell. Adorable. But beyond that, it's just another Pokemon game. I don't know personally if it's just me or if it's true, but I feel like Pokemon games have gotten a lot easier in the past few years. And I think Pokemon Sword's going to be exactly the same because I played Pokemon Black and White, and it was just kind of like you start at the other end. And a lot of Pokemon games will do that. I mean, in this one, the only really difference I could say is you get the Shield-type Pokemon instead of the Sword. And it's Pokemon Shield. Duh. But I blasted through the game in a few days. There was no real challenge. Everything was just fairly simple, Pretty much all the challenge I get is from the Battle Tower at the end, and that's just generally because they can one-shot my Pokemon somehow, or they'll have it to where they can withstand a super effective critical. I don't know how the hell you do that, but they do. But beyond that, it's a fun Pokemon game. The design of the Pokemon are pretty good, except for a few of them. I didn't like Inteleon. The design of the lands are great. I enjoy all of them, and the bosses, the Pokemon gym trainers, gym leaders, I think could have done a lot more work because they're just all far too easy. I play Pokemon for a bit of the strategy, but as well as the fun for it. But when there's no strategy to it, I mean, yeah, I guess I could have just taken, all one type of Pokemon and tried to fight it in there, but I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to make the game more hard for me. It should be more difficult due to the game itself, not because I make it more hard by having, one type of Pokemon. But beyond that, it's a fun game. I enjoy going back and trying to catch all the other Pokemon and being able to find the more curry and all that stuff. So it's a pretty fun game. But I would say maybe play a lot of the older ones because they tend to have a bit more difficulty to them. Maybe you don't like difficulty, that's fine. But when it comes to games, I just want some difficulty. If the game's not meant to be difficult, that's one thing. But if it's supposed to be like a strategy type game, I like a little bit of difficulty in it. Anyways, this is Horror Hollywood. I'll see y'all next time. Adios!